Hey guys, this is Karthika Kantwal from Apex Finserv and I'm back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session. It's a fresh week, so let's start. We don't have much to recollect. I hope you guys did watch the Wyckoff series. We completed that yesterday. So if you haven't seen that, the link is going to be there in the description and at the end of this video. Check that out. You might as well learn something new and add to your trading style. Now what we have for tomorrow is as usual 8 equity trades and both the indices. Starting with equity first, we have we have PL, Piramal Enterprises. Now Piramal Enterprises, we have a long trade because if you see, it has broken out of a trend line as well as a lower high formation. It has broken the previous swing high. So the approach now is to take a long trade at the previous resistance turn support of 1228, 1230. Stop loss going at 1215, close to the previous swing low that it had. And the ideal targets of 1% on the upside as usual. Pretty simple trade. I hope you guys are understanding it. If you are not, you should check out the phase analysis video. Moving on to the next one that we have is MFSL. The MFSL, I'm pretty sure some of the Wyckoff structures can be applied here. It is resembling, after an uptrend, it is resembling a distribution area. This can be a sign of weakness, and this can be the new LPSY. Check it out. You should check the Wyckoff video series if you want to analyze it that way. But going by the simple side of things, just by phase analysis, we have again, just like PL, broken freshly out of the lower high formation and the downward channel or trend line that it had. So we're going to go for a long position at 582, stop loss at 575, and ideal targets at 1% on the upside. Moving on to Auro Pharma. Auro Pharma is a very simple trade, simple role reversal. We had a resistance turned support, now resistance again since it's broken strongly on the downside. We are going to go for a short position at 805, stop loss at 815, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Now it is pretty far away from the current market price, but if you look at the intensity of this lower high that has been made, if you look at the intensity, then it is possible that it can break this high yet again and go towards the previous swing high. So we have planned an entry there instead of immediately entering at 788, 790. A bit conservative, but let's see. Next we have Bharat Forge. Now Bharat Forge, we are going to go for a long entry because we have a good strong demand zone at 434, 435. Stop loss going under the previous swing low at 428, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving on to Lupin. Now Lupin, we are going to go against the trend. If you see, it is a lower high formation, and this lower high that it has made, it has reversed from a previous resistance point. So it's not exactly broken out of that, but still we are going to go for a counter trend approach here because we have a very strong demand zone at 980. It had been a very strong supply zone, but since broken on the upside, it has acted as a strong demand once, and we are hoping that it holds up again this time too. So we're going to go for a long at 980, stop loss at 970, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. Next one that we have is Escorts. Now Escorts too, we are going to go for a long position. Simple trade, this one 1175. We have taken this trade multiple times in the past. We have gone short under it, we have bought over it, we have sold at it. So we are going to go for a long position at 1175 simply because it was a support level, broken on the downside but quickly reclaimed in the next trading session, and it has jumped through it. So we are going to go for a long at that very same level, stop loss at 1160, ideal targets 1% on the upside. The next one is Balkrishna Industries. Now Balkrishna, we are going to go for a long position. Just like Escorts, we have a strong demand zone at 1325, 1322, which is where we are planning a long position. Also, the lower high formation that it was making, it tried to make, it's not really happened. So we are going to go for a long position because bearish momentum is more or less exhausted, going by the structure formation. Stop loss going at 1310, entry at 1325, ideal targets 1% on the upside. Then we have the last equity script for today, that is DLF. Now DLF, we are going to go for a good strong short entry at 155. We had a very strong demand zone there, but it was decisively broken on the downside, and every pullback has given a short opportunity. But this pullback seems to be pretty strong, so we're going to go for a short not near the supply zone but exactly at that supply zone at 155. Stop loss at 157, ideal targets 1% on the downside. Now coming on to my favorite part, the indices. The indices, the up move was quite welcome. It had been falling since quite some time, and we actually got a good part of that up move on BANKNIFTY. We got about 300 points and close to 60-70 points on NIFTY too. And I even shared with you guys the analysis that the option chain was showing signs of bullishness, and the chart was too. We had a zone which, if broken, could have given long entries. I hope you guys were able to make some money on that. Now for tomorrow, what we have on the indices is talking about Nifty first. We have a range of 10,970 to 11,100. This range of about 100 and odd 110 points is going to be the deciding direction for Nifty. If it breaks on the upside, we can see all the way back to 11,300, 11,500 too in the coming week. If it breaks on the downside, sadly we might be back at 10,600, 10,700. The level of 11,000 is a very, very strong level for Nifty. It's a very important level too, psychologically, from the charts and from the option chain too. Talking about the option chain, about the resistance and supports, we have immediate resistance at 11,200 with 293,000 added contracts. We have significant at 11,300 coinciding with a zone with 532,000 added contracts. And support side, we have immediate support at 11,000, as I said, with 755,000 added contracts. So a lot of contracts have been added there. And significant support at 10,900 with 957,000 added contracts. If I go just by the addition of contracts on the put side, then the put writers are apparently, at least twice as confident as the call writers that the support levels are going to be held up. But since it was a Friday, I cannot really say that in a concrete sense that that's what's going to happen, because the expiry has just begun and the action hasn't really started as of now. Now when I talk about the PCR comes out to be at 0.87, which is in the slightly bearish territory. It's not as bearish as what we had last week, which was above 1. So this is 0.87. It is a lot more bearable, more or less towards the normal bearish scenarios, range bound scenarios. For tomorrow, I would like to plan longs near 11,000 because the RR that I have is pretty good. I have a small stop loss and a target of at least 100 points. So let's see how it goes. Every pullback should give an opportunity for a small intraday long trade on Nifty. Now coming on to my favorite index, we have Bank Nifty. Now Bank Nifty, we have the price has closed at a zone which is 2,900. The zone is about 50 odd points in size, and depending on whether this zone is sustained or not, we can get a hint of the future direction for Bank Nifty. If this is sustained, we might be back to 21,500, 21,600. If that is not sustained, we might be back to 2,200, 2,300. So either way, it's going to be a big 400, 500 points ka move. So this, whichever direction it goes in, on a pullback, I'll take an entry in that same direction. No rocket science there. On the option chain side of things, we have immediate resistance at 21,000 with 153,000 added contracts, and significant resistance at 21,300 with 152,000 added contracts. On the support side, we have immediate at 2,800 with 102,000 added contracts, and significant at 2,500 with 304,000 added contracts. So the option chain for BNF is not really that active as of now, but it is what it is. Fresh expiry, as I said. The PCR2 comes out to be at 0.85. Again, mildly bearish territory, nothing to worry about. But for tomorrow, I would like to plan trades on Bank Nifty longs somewhere close to 2,800, 2,750, because option chain ka support hai, and it's also somewhere close to the 50% retracement of this swing leg, which has broken the previous swing point. So let's see how it goes. That's my plan for Bank Nifty. Now I hope you guys are liking the daily analysis that we are posting. If you are, let us know in the comments below. And as usual, I hope you guys start the week on a really green note. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, comment something nice, and press that bell notification icon too. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good night. Bye.